You said, I don't think we'll ever get our full healing until the society that we're living in is different. In order for that to happen going forward, we must move towards African sovereignty. I believe that's what it was. And that we move toward liberation and sovereignty as a people. I've seen it myself. I've sat in healing circles, sister, where people pour out their pain, their stories, their breakthroughs, and then they walk right back into the system that still sees them as targets, still sees, our children as threats. In some aspects, it doesn't feel like healing, right? But more like recycling trauma. But from your lived experience and your own healing sessions, what does sovereignty really look like in the healing process of it?
I'm glad that you asked that, because I think we can never leave that out of the conversation around healing, that the only way that we will get our full healing is to return to African sovereignty, because we're in a system that constantly traumatizes us. And so I think what that looks like in our healing spaces, that those healing spaces are definitely still needed. And even having what they call safe spaces where we can have a moment to think and
Absolutely.
process, and not deal with the constant oppression and trauma and violence that we experience in the society. I think in order to get out of this, and sometimes I think about it and I'm like, dang, this is almost impossible. But then I think about the things that my ancestors have been able to do, with less resources. So I think that we have to do some type of personal healing to
Mm.
even be able to work towards sovereignty. Because if we're not in that space where we're doing that personal growth and working on ourselves, a lot of times we can start replicating things from this system of oppression.